Hi, beautiful souls. Keerti this side. I welcome all of you uh, to today's live session, which is planned around self love. And I welcome all my lovely friends. Priti Dheeraj is saying you'll watch the whole video. All right, let's see if you can make it till the end. The good news is it's just a half an hour video, so I'm sure you will enjoy on the go and learn something new. And you can definitely, you know, chip in wherever you want to get into a discussion. Thank you so much, Rohit. Thank you so much for joining in. And I would like to first introduce this entire platform. My name is Kirti Sharma. I'm a social emotional counselor and a trainer. So the intention of coming up with these live series is to integrate mental health with other, dimensions and professions. I will be inviting Miss Madhu Yadav today, and we will be speaking about self love. So I would invite her to join me live.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
Hi, Madhu. I'm good. So nice to see you. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Yes,
Yeah,
you
I
are.
can.
Thank you so much for your time and energy and for coming onto this platform, Madhu. You're such
Thank you
a
so much,
sweet
Katie.
person, and I was really wanting to do a session with you.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And trust me, I'm equally happy to be here. And if someone gets that knowledge from the session, I'll be, even if a single person gets it, I'll be more than happy. And
Absolutely, that's our intention.
thank
Yeah.
you guys for joining us. I've seen there's so many people. So
Yes,
hopefully
I'm
you
so
guys
happy to see
enjoy
that.
the session. And
Yeah.
yes, we are keeping this session
Thank you so
very
much,
short
everybody, for
and
joining in.
very
Thank you
crisp.
so much. Shweta. Yes, definitely. So, firstly, I would like you to take some time and introduce yourself and also your journey of self discovery and probably self exploration, if I may call it.
So, as you said, I'm Madhu Yadav, and I'm working with a organization NGO Capit, and I'm a social worker. But post that, I was an engineer. But
Mhm.
then sooner I realized that it's not my area, and I shouldn't be doing this. I have some other plans, and that time I was unaware that what do I want. So then people call it, life happens. And during that journey, when I was, going through, uh, I won't say a very bad patch, but yes, a tough patch. That's when I really discovered who I am, and why it is important to first have that compassion towards yourself, and what it brings to you exactly, and why is it important after all, and how it can affect us and our entire journey. किस तरह वो इतना इतना important है that we are having this session today, and especially in today's time where people are not even connecting, they are just communicating through phones and that and this and that, and where relationships are just a swipe right, swipe left kind of a thing. So it's more and more important now.
Right. That's very nicely said. And I think self love is a journey which we must start. We must start the journey today itself. And especially during this time when the lockdown is happening and we are sort of on our own, it is all the more
Yeah,
important to understand this entire
yeah,
concept.
absolutely
And
true.
today's session is about, is it a moral necessity or is it a basic necessity or is it a moral flaw? So we see a lot of cases around us where, especially women, I would say that, they don't prioritize self love or self care at all. I think the main job is to serve the family and do the usual house chores, but they keep this the backside. So, what exactly is self love according to you in your own definition and something which you have experienced?
So, Keerti, there are two questions actually. First of all, I'll answer what is self-love. But before that, since you mentioned that, in today's world, especially women, they do not practice this self-love, and they don't prioritize themselves first, because from the generation that we all come, we have been taught, the way we are brought up, it's more like, we have to sacrifice. It's not our needs that should come forth first. It's for देते जाओ प्यार देना है तुम्हें देना है. But never ever anyone told us this thing that, you know you have to love yourself first. Fill your cup first, and until unless this is filled, you can't give it to someone else. What's there with you? You can't pass on that knowledge or pass on that love to someone else, or share it with someone else. So it is that important. And now I'll start what exactly is self-love, because I know there might be many people who have heard about this term, but the challenge that they face is कि self love सब बोल देते हैं, बट इसको प्रैक्टिस कैसे करना है, एंड ये कैसे अपने लाइफ में लाना है, nobody knows. So that was one of my friend who told me, I am facing a challenge. So according to me, self love मेरे शब्दों में is खुद से बेइंतहा मोहब्बत. And I would put it in a line: पहले खुद से इश्क करके देखे बंदे, फिर समझेगा इश्क के असल मायने. मतलब
Beautiful.
जब तक आप अपने आप से प्यार नहीं करते हो, तुम दूसरों को कैसे प्यार करोगे? Because what
Right.
is love? Love is not what we have read in fairy tale story books. No, it's not a fairy tale. And unlike प्यार का पंचनामा वाला dialogue, भाई शादी हो गया, they lived happily ever after के बाद का तो कोई कुछ बताता ही नहीं है वो क्या हुआ. Thank you,
Right.
Urjit, for joining us. Thank you, guys. And when I say कि ये self love, how one discovers this, कि ऐसा नहीं है एक दिन ही आपको कुछ enlightenment हो जाती है.
Right.
So unlike everybody else, I was also looking for love and that treatment from others. I was expecting this, that someone else from outside will make me happy. And mind you, I'm not just talking about love wala thing, but
Right.
it covers all the aspects. All the aspects. It's more about the expectations that we keep from the outside world.
Right.
And like someone beautifully said, that expectation is the root cause of all the problems that we have in our lives. Because, no, you see, I know what I want from my life. You, being a very good friend, a very good partner, you'll get me, but not 100% of me. Right? There will be still 2% of things that will be remaining. And if I am not getting that 2% also, I'll be like, why don't you get me? Is it that hard to get me?
Right.
And every time, most of the couple are fighting over this. कि you never get me, and तुम्हें कुछ समझ नहीं आता है. I want things इस तरीके से. Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Because we fail to understand that that person is completely different. He's not who we are. These are my requirements. And how can I force other one to, act accordingly? And the very fact that self-love की journey बाहर से शुरू नहीं होती है. The journey starts from your own self, and that too going inwards.
Right.
Right? And when you do that, you get in touch with yourself, the very self. And no matter how many flaws that you have, you accept yourself. Okay, fine, I have these all flaws. I accept myself for who I am. And if there are certain misfits, you'll work on it. Trust me, you'll work on it.
Right.
And once you do that, you'll start falling in love with yourself day by day, minute by minute, and you don't need the outside world to make you happy. And that's
Right.
the bliss that you enjoy. Thank you, Avish, and thank you, Palak, for joining us.
Right. That's very beautifully said that it's actually, the journey starts from myself and from within. And when we talk about accepting oneself, we need to understand that the first step is acknowledgement. So we must not run away from who we are. We should accept ourselves in toto. Because usually what happens is we accept the positivities in us, but we don't accept our flaws. So whatever we are, however
Absolutely
we
true.
are, in toto we should accept ourselves and not sort of compare with the world outside and the standards and the scales made by the
True.
society or on film fair magazines for that matter. And we must
You know,
understand that we are not our bodies, we are not our looks, we are not even our designations for that matter. We are basically a soul, who's experiencing the human world. So it's very
absolutely
important
true.
to accept ourselves as whole. Thank you so much, Arjit. He's a wonderful friend of mine. I did a
Yeah,
Instagram live with him.
same
He's a
here. He's
mountaineer.
my friend
And
as well.
really, oh wow,
Yeah,
that's nice. We have a mutual friend then. All right. And
yeah.
Petra from Germany has also joined in. She's a wonderful lady who always keeps me
Thank you,
motivated.
Petra.
Thank you so much. So, talking about self love, it is definitely important for everybody and not just, females for that matter. So,
Yep.
and especially in this time where there are a lot of caretakers who are helping their family members get through difficult situations, I think it's vital to take out some time for yourself and explore some time to introspect and to be with yourself, because with whatever is going around, it's very easy to get off track. So this is
Yeah.
highly recommended right now. And
And I
according to
guess,
you, yes,
hmm,
please go on.
and I guess this is the best time that, we can make maximum out of it. So that
Right.
self-reflection, you have ample amount of time now. Just, I know you are doing your work, and that's a normal routine. That's a normal standard that you have set for yourself now. But you can do some self-reflection as well. So why not make maximum out of this time?
Right.
You were saying something, Kirti.
Right. So I was coming on to the next question. I wanted to understand that we usually are very concerned about our professional life more than our personal life. Usually, I'm just, you know,
Okay.
having a stereotype attitude over here. But how do you think self love can help one in both personal life as well as professional life?
See, like I said, and I'll repeat again, expectations. When you do not, and I'll first cover your personal life. Why we face so many issues in our personal life is because we say people fall in love, or maybe they're attracted towards each other, and then to that they call, oh, you are perfect for me, and fine, and I'll be happy. And once you are there with that person for 24/7, there'll be certain things that you won't like about that person, right? And then those problems start, and then you quarrel, you quarrel about those issues, then you fight about those issues, and without realizing that what is it that I'm missing. You have to understand that that person is not having it all. We say I need the perfect one, but what exactly is that perfect one? The only perfect person is you. So you have to see within yourself, what is it that that person is not giving me, and is it something that I can give it to myself? Because ultimately, if you're in love with that person, it's not always take. It's give and take, and many a times you'll have to dutifully fill your own cup.
Right.
So introspect, and see what are those things. Maybe if you want to go out on a dinner with your partner, and if your partner is not that kind of a person who wants to socialize, or he's having an important match tonight, and he's like, darling, I don't want to go out. So
Right.
what can you do? Instead of getting angry, can't you book that table for yourself and go out and have that amazing dinner, maybe with your late girlfriends, or maybe just with yourself? And if you want it, the way, romantic music and candlelit, you can ask the guy to do the same thing for you. Just lit up the candle and just enjoy the mood and just be in that moment. And this way you'll get that time for yourself. And when it comes to professional front also, see, Kirti, the main important point is that we give priority to those people, to the society, what kind of thoughts they hold for us. If someone tells me being a topper, though I'm not a topper, so being a topper, if someone tells me in my office that, if my boss is always telling me you are of no use, he's bashing me every day, then every day my mind is just capturing that moment, that single line that I am of no use, and slowly and steadily I make his line my belief.
Right.
And I start living that life, which is not what I thought about myself.
Right.
It was what was fed in my brain, in my mind, through a third party. So now you only analyze, was that third party that important that I gave him that much importance that he could, play with my mind? And once you give this command in someone else's hand, that's where you start, losing it. And you start believing what others hold beliefs for you. And you start living by that. And one day reality strikes and, hey, what the hell? What am I doing? This is not me. And many a times you certainly face those situations. You're like, this is not me. Then who is this me? And when you know this, who is this me, then why are you doing those things? Right. So understand that words from outside are the most lethal words. And the words that matters the most should be the one which you say to yourself. And mind you, you won't discourage yourself because you know your worth. So knowing your worth is so, so, so important.
Right.
And working on it. So that is why self-love is so, so important. First of all, discovering and then falling in love and not taking other people's belief and just making your own belief, your own belief system. And trust me, other words won't affect you ever, ever.
Right. Absolutely. I would like to add that on the other spectrum are also those people who are a lot into self-bashing and self-guilt, basically. And there are, we see a lot of, cases where a person is surrounded with good people, but everything gets neutralized when that person is speaking inside of himself about all the negativities and that this is not good, that is not good, and basically the outside external factors do not matter in such cases. However, the point that you have mentioned of self-love, like we were talking about self-reflection, I think that's a very nice tool to basically sit with yourself and understand what am I and what are people telling me, and we try and understand where are we heading to. I think that's
exactly.
It's very helpful. Yes, please go on.
And also, I would say when you're saying that there are certain people who just talk negative about themselves,
right.
When they were born, they were those limitless person. Those they were here on this earth, on this planet. They are here, not having any boundaries. But someone or some incident happened in their life that made them who they are right now. So they need to understand what was that incident, why do they have this belief, and while you are doing that self-reflection, go deeper, dig deeper. Only then you will realize what are those areas where that made you who you are today. So that is one of the steps to go deeper. And even if you're reflecting, go this deep. Like I'll just share one example here with you, my personal experience, that I was an introvert person and I never had that confidence. And the reason why it was like that, because as a child I was that jolly, okay, I'm having my own fun, I'm all happy, I don't need anyone else and all that stuff. But suddenly when your marks are low, though, that time people used to say कि अरे average student है, क्या ही कर पाएंगे, ये तो कुछ नहीं होगा, इससे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Then teachers started saying कि स्कूल में क्लास में कुछ बोलते ही नहीं है, तो कैसे होगा, you know. And again and again this thing was happening. The same thing my parents were repeating at home. And I thought that this is me. I'm an introvert person. Wherever they would introduce me, they were like, ये तो बोलती ही नहीं है, ये तो बहुत शर्मीली है. And I thought that is my reality. And over time, I made it my belief. And when I went to college, that was the first time then I realized that this is not who I am. And I am born to stand out, right? I'm not going to accept this. I have the potential and I can speak in front of people. I'm not afraid of speaking my truth. So similarly, there might be some other example. I'm sure that you might be also having your own example, your areas where, you know, something was fed and you believed. And once you did self-reflection, you realize, okay, this is not me.
Right. I think it's with everybody. Whatever we are today is on the basis of several factors. However, again, I would like to emphasize more on self-reflection because this is something which I can definitely vouch for. I remember this 1 year of my life where I was not quite in a good position, emotionally so. And I made it a compulsion for myself to journal all my thoughts and learnings every single day. So I did this for 1.5 years. And it was not a very intense journaling. It was very specific, crisp, and what I exactly wanted, I used to do that. And it helped me a lot because that's the time where we sit with ourselves and reflect onto whatever we are doing and wherever we want to reach. Are these two paths aligned or not? Because I think that's the time of introspection, basically. And we question whatever our thoughts are feeding us. You know, however we are whatever we are believing or whatever thoughts we have, we sit and question them. And that's the most important thing to do, not right now, but always, because that is how a person grows. That is how a person unlearns. We are always taught how to learn new things, but we are never taught how to unlearn or, you know, relearn and have a growth mindset, basically. So that's the moment where one can definitely practice all of these things. And it's a very beautiful concept. However, coming on to the methods of practicing self-love, would you like to suggest all our viewers and me, of course, to, you know, some of the practices which you have been doing and you definitely vouch for?
So, you know, especially for mothers who are super busy, they are with their in-laws, they are with their kids, and they're all you know, tired most of the time. They're complaining, and I've heard many of my friends saying, you know, yaar, matlab isse acha to pehle zyada better tha, and I don't know, and how should I deal with this situation? And I remember one of my friend who reached out to me a couple of years back, and she was like, you know, I am feeling this, I have 2 kids, I have a perfect family, but still I feel a void inside me. I don't know why. And I told her, you know, is there something that you do for yourself apart from your kids, apart from your being a wife or being a daughter-in-law, being a mother? Do you do anything for yourself? And her response was, time ही कहाँ मिलता है?
Right.
और अपने लिए क्या करना है? And this is not what I'm looking forward to. अपने लिए करने से क्या हो जाएगा? And then I explained her that अपने लिए करने से, the reason why you're feeling this void is because you're not giving time to yourself and you're missing that person the most. And even for those ladies, especially who are tied up with their work, I would say if you get up, try and give 10 to 15 minutes just to yourself. Do not think about your kids. Do not think about your husband. Do not think about your mother, father, anyone, not about your job. Nothing else matters. It's just you. You are your own priority. Make yourself your priority and give those 10 to 15 minutes. And when you say, I don't have time, get up 10 minutes early. Make that beautiful cup of tea or coffee, whatever you want to have. And especially in this time where we all at our home, if you can get that nature wala feel kahin pe, if you have that house where it has a garden, or if not, just go out in a balcony, feel that fresh air, see the clear sky, feel that breeze, and feel that
I can demonstrate
sunset
that
or
right now.
sunrise. Exactly, that's looking perfect and beautiful. And just feel it. And you need to feel it and be in that moment.
Yeah.
And that moment is not of someone else's. It's just you and your cup of tea and your mind, your time, your way. And then
Right.
just enjoy that cup of tea. And if you want, just listen to your perfect music, your perfect ghazal or your rock, anything. But if you want to sit quite alone for 10 minutes, those are your 10 minutes.
Right.
Similarly, uh, so might sound weird, but I used to go out for movies alone. I used to go out on coffee dates alone. And I was like, when people would ask me, hey, where are you? Like, I'm out for a coffee. With whom? Like, no one.
With
Get
myself.
up, come on, stop kidding. No,
With
tell me.
myself.
Yes, exactly. Because, and I
Yeah.
started enjoying it so much that when going out with other people was like, oh my God, I was always looking for time. कि ये कब ये होगा, कब जाएगा ये time, and I'll be
Yeah.
then again back with myself. And when you are there outside with yourself, you get that time to, reflect upon what is it that makes you happy. Make a list of certain
Right.
things that, when you were a child, you were very happy. Like, बहुत अजीब सी बात है, जब हम बच्चे होते हैं हम एक आइसक्रीम खा खा के इतने 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 खुश होते हैं, and the only thing that we want is just that ice cream, and the moment we taste it, it's like, right?
Right.
Why have you stopped doing this now? Because we fear, अगर मेरा partner side में चल रहा है, if my boyfriend is just walking next to me, if someone third person will see me making these weird sounds, and it'll be like, are you crazy? Why are you making these sounds?
Right.
Be present in that single moment and enjoy what you feel. If you feel like, standing and watching the moon, or you want to just watch your favorite movie and you just want to have those popcorn, just be in that moment, and you do not need anyone else's permission to do that. If listening to a particular Dinchak song gives you that energy, go for
Right.
it. Plug in
Right.
your headphones and just go for it. While cooking also you can do this. So it's not something that you need to take out time alag se. These are certain things that you can do अपने आप से, कि
Right.
खाना बनाते टाइम आप ये चीजें कर सकते हैं. Make a list, make a playlist, and listen to those things. And if art was something that you used to do in your childhood, and suddenly you just stopped doing it, and since life is so hectic and busy nowadays, we don't even get time to realize this, this was something that my passion, it used to be my passion.
Right.
Take those brush, take that paint again, paint anything, and feel that vibe that goes inside, and it brings that bliss on your face. And trust
Right.
me, you'll do those things. And also, when this COVID thing is done, you can even ask yourself on a date. Go out, have fun. Yes, people may say that, अकेले कौन जाता है date पे? I would say treat yourself exactly the same way you wanted your lover to treat you. And mind you, you know exactly how you wanted your lover to treat you, because it resides in here. And the only person who cannot disappoint you is only you. And
Right.
that too, you'll give your 100% to it in exactly the way you have wanted it to be. And that will be your perfect date. So forget about those concept that प्यार सिर्फ देने की चीज है, लेने की नहीं है, और मुझे देना 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 ही है, मुझे बांटना बांटना. Giving is a very good thing, but first fill your cup and then give. Only then.
Right.
And also, when you are going
Absolutely.
outside, do not dress for someone else. Look your very best and
Right.
just have that look in the mirror and say, Arey wah yaar. You're looking the best today, and I'm just gonna
Mm.
go out. And trust me, every day when you'll get those compliments, also not thinking that you'll get those compliments, but once you receive those compliments, every day you would want to get ready and you want to look your very best. And this was something that I heard in one of a session, that dress like as if you are going for a party every day. Because if you
Right.
will dress up like that, and no matter you're not going out with anyone, but you'll try and make plans कि ठीक है आज जाना है, चलो कॉफी पे ही जा सकते हैं, चलो मूवी के लिए ही जा सकते हैं, but if you're not dressed properly, you'll be like, अरे यार छोड़ो ना, I'm not dressed properly. You'll make all the bahanas and you won't take those extra efforts to go.
That's right. And I think, interestingly, I have seen that in my father because, he always dresses up in the best possible manner, even when he wants to step out of his room. And that is something he has been practicing. And I'm really,
Cool.
there are so many times I don't understand why is this like that, but he keeps that a point always. And my brother from Germany has just joined in, and I think he would agree to what I'm saying, that my father has always been, in the best possible attire and, all groomed up. And I think that's very
So did you?
important. And I would,
So you never
sorry,
asked him why?
no,
Why would he do that?
I think, of course, he respects himself. He respects his work. He respects other people, because when he's presenting himself to other people, this is a form of respect that we show. Also,
Exactly.
when we're talking about self love and this time that we spend with ourselves reflecting, I think it's very, very effective in a way that we understand what our needs and wants are, and so that we don't project it
Absolutely
onto
true.
others. And that's the moment where assertiveness skills also comes into play, when we are sharing a relationship, be it a romantic relationship or a relationship within a family or a society or a workplace for that matter. We exactly know what we are capable of providing, to ourselves, and what are we really wanting from others. So it's a very interesting
Absolutely true,
concept.
Kirti.
And since you have mentioned about mindful self love, that is something which we all can practice day in, day out, be it lockdown or if there is no lockdown, whatever, just spend some time in solace with yourself. Whatever you are, however you are, accept yourself, acknowledge, and then grow. So it has been a very wonderful conversation with you, Madhu, and I really am very, very happy to bring you on this platform. Thank you so much for all your time and
It was
energy. And probably, guys, I will definitely push her to come up with her own session on self love and self care. And we will
thank
definitely
you,
work
Kirti.
around that. And like you
Surely.
said, everything is within ourselves. That is how I came up with the entire name of Sai Within. That, see within yourself. We
Yeah,
have
I
everything
could
inside
see
of
that.
us.
It completely, yes,
So,
exactly. It resonates.
yes, so that's the entire concept. And thank you, Arjit, for being such an active member. Madhu and I will speak about how we know you offline. And yes, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Madhu.
And
We will
also,
be,
Kirti,
yes,
am sorry to cut you in, but I would want that for people, you know, before you go to bed or early morning, if you get up or whenever you get time with yourself, no matter how harsh the world outside is, just try and do this one simple exercise. Just, and if people, those of you who have joined us and who are listening to us, and if you're free right now and you're alone right now, you can do this right now as well. you know just place your hand here and just be compassionate and just say those words that means the most to you. Like I would say to myself, hi love, you are beautiful, you're gorgeous, and you're radiant, and you're doing an amazing work. Don't believe what the outside world tells you. Believe in me. And you know how worn out or torn you are, I'm always there for you. And you can
right.
come home anytime because this is your home. and I'm here. You can reach out to me anytime.
Right.
So do not let that voice from the outside world alter your life and alter this person
Right.
who is exactly you ever wanted to be.
Right.
Thank you,
And
Kirti.
that's the
And
safe
it was an
space. And I think that's the antidote to also loneliness, because there are a lot of people experiencing
I
loneliness
call it
right
my
now.
safe house,
And yes,
actually.
that
Yes.
is the safe space we can create for ourselves. And I was actually about to just ask you for the last, closing note on some activity which we can do, which you already did. So thank you so much on that.
Thank
And
you so much, Kirti.
we had a wonderful audience joining in. I thank everybody. We will be
Yeah,
definitely sharing this with all of you on Facebook and YouTube and all other platforms. Please stay tuned, follow her with her interesting username, and follow me as well. We will be coming up with new
definitely
things
follow her.
every second day. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Thank you,
On
guys.
scene,
Thank
off
you,
scene.
everyone, for joining us. And thank you,
Thank,
Katie, for having me and giving me this opportunity of sharing this knowledge with all these wonderful people. And I hope
I had
whoever is
to catch
listening to
hold
this
of you.
session, maybe whenever, I just hope that, थोड़ा सा ही सही, but आपको यहाँ से कुछ knowledge, कुछ takeaway आपको मिले. And if you are facing certain issues, you can definitely write to us and you can get in touch with us. We are there to help you out.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be signing out. Take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody. Stay safe. Bye bye.